Today we are rebuilding one of the biggest underdogs in football as of right now. That's right, we are rebuilding Ipswich Town, a club that just came off 2 back-to-back promotions to get up to the Premier League. They are doing okay right now, down at 17th place, but over the course of the entire season it is expected that they will go down. So today we are going to do what we have to change that and become a solidified Premier League team with Ipswich Town. And we are here, Ipswich Town rebuild. This one is one that I'm very excited for because this club is every single save you go into predicted at 20th, and you will see that whatever save you load into, check Premier League, check Ipswich, they are media predicted at 20th place. Honestly, just take a look at the Premier League season preview, we are down at 19th. So it's not looking great for us this season. I really hope we can manage to do something with our team. Of course, we aren't given an amazing budget for this the first season. We are on 0 and no wage budget to work with, so I will be very surprised if we make any transfers whatsoever in this first season. We are just going to have to make the most out of what we have, which honestly I think there are a lot of positives to it. Like, Leif Davis is a brilliant footballer in real life and in the game. I think he's someone who definitely should be getting considered for the England squad. Hopefully he will, now that today it's been announced Tuchel will be coming into the job as of the day I'm recording this. I think he is a proper left back, and he has a big future ahead of him. If he does move away from Ipswich, I think that could go actually a lot faster for him. If he stays, you know, he'll solidify himself as one of the icons in the club, and I'm sure he will still become a very good footballer. But otherwise, we've got some other players like Calvin Phillips on loan. This one is good for the experience, but we're spending £165,000 a year on him, or for the year on him, or a week. That's not great compared to someone like Jens Kajuste, I butchered that for sure, who's on 0 a week. So it's a bit up and down in places, but we've got some experienced players, we've got some less experienced players. I reckon there's a chance to survive in this first season. That is the main hope. As long as we can survive, we should hopefully be good. So I'll be simming to the end of the first transfer window to show you the tactic that I've gone with, and if any possible transfers have been made. I highly doubt that there will be, but if there are, I will let you know. So no transfer business has been done whatsoever so far this first season. Not so far, none has been done at all this first season. But let's take a look straight at the tactic, because I believe this is doing well so far, and I'll show you that in a second. But we're going for a pretty standard 4-2-3-1. I think this is a great formation considering we're trying to make the main players in the team our 2 defensive midfielders, which I believe is, you know, of course, Calvin Phillips and Kajuste, or Kajuste, however you say his name. We're back. Collects can't pronounce names. Moving on. So far, Hurst. Now, he's been performing exceptionally. I've never even heard of him in my entire life. Never heard about him. So, George Hurst, big ups to him. 6 goals in 5 games, an amazing start for him. But like I said, the 2 main players, the kind of heart of our team, will be these 2 defensive midfielders. So I wanted to definitely go for a formation with 2 DMs and just work around that. Of course, I think it is best to build around certain players. Another player like Leif Davis, I mentioned in the intro, of course. But so far, it's worked. 5th place. I know honestly, I'm not going to say anything because I can't say I know anything. That's a brilliant start. For a club fresh off promotion, they were expected relegation instantly. We never sat back and took these first 4 matches like, okay, we're here, we're going to lose now. We came in with a fighting mentality, and we actually ended up winning 2 of our games against some big oppositions as well. Southampton 5-0. Course, former championship rivals, and a 2-1 win against Brentford. Big match, especially considering Brentford are solidified at this level. Wolves 1-1 draw, which I'm happy with, away from home as well, don't forget, and a 3-2 loss away at West Ham. Not bad whatsoever. I mean, I would have expected to lose 3 out of these 4 matches. So the fact that we managed to pick up points in 2 of those, 3 of those, sorry, brilliant. All round, I think the team is looking good, and hopefully we'll be ready for a season of just about fighting relegation. Because it's one thing to have these results at the start of a season, but it all depends on how we end the season. So I'll be simming to the end of this first season to show you if we've managed to stay up this season or if we've gone down into the championship. I'll see you there. Okay, so we're back. and we are at the end of the first season. Let's take a look at the player stats though, because you can see top goal scorer tied between George Hurst, who didn't end the season as well as he started it for sure, and Jack Clark, he's been our best player for sure. Honestly, I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Jack Clark on 29 goal contributions is a very, very big achievement for us and for the player himself. Of course, now he's wanted though by Saudi Arabia, so if they do come in for an offer, then that might be risky. I don't know how we're gonna keep him, but he's definitely been the best player. Honestly, do I think we managed to stay up? I would hope so. 18 goals tied between two players is quite a lot. I'd say probably about 15th place we are. 13th, okay. Oh, I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. Especially, wow, Chelsea 15th. Chelsea are down in 15th. I'm sorry. I'm back to the mission. back to the mission. But honestly, that is a very, very big season. Let's just take a look at one quick thing. Yeah, even just like this schedule, biggest wins. You can see matches like Fulham, Leicester, Newcastle. No, sorry, that was a loss. Fulham, Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth again. So some very big clubs here that we did actually defeat, and Tottenham is on that list, away from home as well. We've won some very big matches. I'm guessing teams have underestimated us. There is Newcastle again. Teams have underestimated us going into this season, and I am so happy that they have, because we capitalized and we got these wins. 13 wins for our first season in the Premier League since back in 2000. I believe the last season was 2000. That's brilliant. I'm happy with that. It's a great start to the rebuild, and I'm excited to build off of this. So finances we have are about 36 million. Great money. I think we can do something with that. So I'll be simming to the end of the next transfer window to show you if we've managed to bring in anyone with that 36 million, because I'm sure we will have. And also the tactic change, because we have two players leaving us on loan, leaving us from their loan, keep in mind, in Phillips and Kajuste. So that's going to be the main difficulty for us, I think, replacing them two, as they were kind of, like I said, the heart of the team this season. So I'll sim to the end of the next transfer window to show you if we managed to bring anyone in. So we haven't actually made any sales at all this transfer window, but we've gone big on signings in, starting off with Andres Garcia as our first. We've also gone out and signed Jose Marsa from Mechelen for £10 million. Belgian league player, did very well last season, so I think hopefully he can do well. Versatile, my type of player for sure. Ibrahima Bamba, one of the players who I actually think is quite exceptional in this game, and it's unfortunate he plays for a club that's in Qatar already, because he's very talented. As you can see, 5 games in and on a 7.32 average rating. We've managed to bring him in for £10 million, which I think is an absolute bargain, and he's adapting to the change of level very well. We've also gone and brought in Carlos Baleba from Brighton on loan. Now this is kind of one of the CDM replacements. Of course, losing 2 of them on loan, it didn't mean that we could replace both of them with permanent transfers. So we were able to replace one of them. We couldn't replace another one, so we've gone out, gotten a loan on Carlos Baleba. I think he's a great player, and I hope he can contribute to the team. And finally, my favorite transfer out of all of them, Jason Van Duijven, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Maybe it isn't. We've signed him for £5 million from the Belgian league. He played for Lommel SK. He did very well in the Belgian second division. I think that is. It's the Belgian second division, but that doesn't matter to me, because I know I can turn him into something that's a lot better than that. He got 27 goal contributions in 28 starts. I think he's got so much potential, and I'm excited to try get the most out of him. Looking at the tactic for this season ahead, it's the exact same, I believe. We are going to run it probably like this. We've gone for Bamba, of course, and Baleba here. Marsa, while he can be used as a defensive midfielder, I think we will be prioritising that centre-back role for him. I think it's probably the best for us as a club right now. And, of course, new winger Andres Garcia in on the right, and Van Duijven up top. I think all round this team looks good, and it's doing very well in the league so far. As 4 matches in, we are 8 points, 4th place. We've got 8 points, 2 wins, a win against Watford and Nottingham Forest, and 2 draws. So we are undefeated in our first 4 games. That is a brilliant start, and I'm honestly so excited for this first season. Even though, you know, we haven't been able to make any big name signings, we're still hopefully going to be able to do well for this season. I'm excited, so I'll be simming to the end of this season to show you how we've managed to do. I think I would hope for a top half finish, something within the top, you know, top 10. And I'll be happy with that, you know, maybe a try at one of the cup competitions, you know, round of 16s, quarterfinals, something like that. But I will catch you at the end of this season. Okay, end of season 2, and I'm excited for this one because it looks a lot better than last season. Top goal scorer Jason Van Dyven, 22 goals. He's been on his game. Not as well as I could have hoped for. I could have hoped for him to be a lot better, but it's his first season in the Premier League, coming from a much lower division. I think that is a great first season into the club. He's only 21, still got a lot of time to develop, and he is developing into something quite special. Just look at those physicals. The technicals are coming through now. Same with the mentals. Slowly, he's becoming a brilliant player. Andres Garcia, top on the assist chart. Someone who I never expected to do so well, honestly. When a lot of the times I try with players like this, they don't end up working out, but my scouting method was actually quite good for this for this season of the rebuild. We were scouting players that were doing very well, and he was doing very well at Levante before he came, so we brought him in for that £5 million. I don't think I actually said his fee when I went through the transfers. £5 million we bought him for, and he's been exceptional. 11 assists, 13 goals, and a 7.15. Brilliant player. All round brilliant season. So let's check compositions, because I'm gonna guess after seeing what I'm seeing, I'm gonna I don't know. I'm hoping for that top half, so I'm still gonna guess for a top half. Let's check. 8th place, we get European football. Ipswich is back in European football. That is massive. What a season that is. We beat Arsenal to European football. We beat Aston Villa to European football. We beat West Ham to European football. Destroyed the competition. We got so lucky. so lucky that we got the coefficient points. Yeah, coefficient. We got very lucky there. Just about made it above Arsenal. I'm happy with that season. What a season it is. 8th place in our 2nd Premier League season is massive. And a quarter-final finish in the Carabao Cup. So all round, very good season. Take a look at the tactic, and as you can see, it's pretty much the same. Pretty much the same as last season. I mean, the best 11, sorry. It looks very similar. Places to improve. I think it could go multiple different ways. Could go for someone instead of Muric, I don't know how to say his name again. I think Clark is someone who I 100,000% want to replace. He's not so great, I'll be honest. It's nice to have a boyhood Ipswich player, but he's not great. So that could be someone that we look to replace. Otherwise, of course, Baleba will be now leaving us. We do not have the funds to bring him in on a permanent, even though he did actually perform quite well throughout his loan. We don't have that money to bring him in, so we're going to have to probably replace him. I think in the front 4, we're looking pretty healthy. I'll be honest, I think we're looking pretty good. Jack Clark actually underperformed this season. I don't think he understands how to play with a real striker. A bit like Marcus Rashford, you know, when a proper striker comes into the team, the left winger doesn't know how to play. So no, but seriously, the lack of a tall striker must be a bit difficult for an inverted winger. It worked for Andres Garcia. I don't know if it's going to work for Clark or not, so that might be a position on Fraud Watch now as well. Otherwise, we'll go to the start of the end, of the next transfer window. And I'll show you who we managed to bring in for the 3rd season of this rebuild, and our goals as well, because European football. Who would have thought? So we started off with a sale of Cameron Humphreys to FC Porto, sold him for £1.1 million. Not someone who I planned on playing at all after a very, very ridiculous loan to Wickham. That was our only sale, and now let's get on to the transfers in. We've brought in Christopher Ayer from Brentford for £10 million. This is because Brentford did get relegated, and actually quite a while ago. They weren't able to make it back up into the Premier League, which I'm sure was a promise that they had made to him, and they broke it. So we managed to get him in on the cheap, quite low wages, well, pretty average wages for our club, let's be honest. But I know how talented he is, very versatile, so I am so happy to have him in. And now for our final signing, we've brought in Kylian Sardella from the Belgian league. We've signed him in from Anderlecht. Got a 7.13 average rating in all competitions last season. So, oh no, sorry, 7.05 in all competitions, 7.13 in the league. I think he looks like he's a pretty high potential player. Of course, 24 years old, but you can develop, let's be honest. He's a footballer. He can always develop into more. 24 years old, he looks like he could develop into something big for us. He is a natural centre-back, natural right-back, also pretty decent on the left-back, as a left-back and right-wing-back. So I like his versatility, and like I said, he's my type of player. But taking a look at the tactic, I've gone for the same exact tactic. It's worked 2 seasons in a row. I don't see why it won't work now. We're going to be locking in one player. I think we will. I don't really like locking players in for some reason. I don't like keeping players in because it's not great for fitness. But if I do lock someone in, it will be Sardella, just because when you do take a look at the best 11, it actually now it puts him into the... Okay, yeah. Great. Now it puts him in at centre-back. Before, though, it was putting him in at right-back, which is something that I didn't like. I think I would rather have Clark in the team than Wolfenden, someone who I don't believe is very good whatsoever. So, honestly, all round, it's looking quite good for the team. I think we're improving in places that we needed to improve on, and that's kind of being shown. 6th place in the league. Pretty good start. 3 games in, won all 3 of the... No, sorry, we won 2 of those, lost 1 of those. I don't know where all 3 of those came from. We beat Newcastle away, which is a big win, and a 3-2 win at home to Leicester. But we did unfortunately get slightly embarrassed by Everton with a 3-0 loss. So honestly, all round, good start to the season. I'm still not expecting too much from us for some reason. I don't understand why. I think I might need to start raising my expectations, but I don't think I'm expecting too much from the team, to be honest. So I guess if we can get another top half finish, I'll be happy. But the main thing is that we are now in European football once again, and Ipswich have got a record of never losing at home in a European competition. That's something that I found very crazy to hear, because I believe they've beaten teams like, you know, Real Madrid's before in Europe. So honestly, I hope we can manage to keep that up. I really do. It will be difficult, but I hope we can. So I'll be simming to the end of this season to show you how our transfers have done, how our team has done, how we've done in all competitions, and any changes that we will be looking to make approaching the next season. We are here, 3rd season, but player stats are quite disappointing. Sammy Somadics. Horrible name, I'm sorry. If you're watching this, I'm sorry, but that name is difficult. He is our top goal scorer for this season. He was kind of our attacking midfielder, the shadow striker behind Van Dyven, I think I said his name. I can't remember at this point, but he's actually had quite a decent season. A 7.01, 16 goals, 2 assists, 30 games, so all round 30 starts, sorry, so all round not the greatest, but he's done okay. Our highest average rating, though, it is Andres Garcia once again. Over 30 goal contributions is quite brilliant, so well done to him, someone who's definitely adapted to the Premier League quite well. All round, it's looking worse. I'm gonna guess we finished about 12th. I don't expect much. We've won the Conference League. Hey, we're European champions. We're European champions. That's brilliant. Oh my days. Wow. I don't understand how we've done it without a single loss as well. Is that right? No, that's the qualifying. Let's take a look at the... Hold on, it's not going to show me the league. Oh, yeah, no, that is the league. We never lost a single match. The record stays intact. The record stays intact. The worst we managed to do was a 2-2 draw at Portman Road, but otherwise we kept it completely clean. 0 losses the entire competition. That is amazing. And that puts us into the Europa League for next season. That's very big from us. That we got 9 clubs in Europe this season. And Chelsea's not one of them, so brilliant. All round, that is a great season. I'll have to give it to the team there. 11th place is not brilliant, but they managed to focus on the Conference League and still secure themselves European football. That is something that I love to see. I'm happy with that, and that's something definitely to build off now. We are European champions with Ipswich. We are European champions with Ipswich. That is amazing. I keep saying it to myself because I don't believe it. We're European champions with Ipswich. No, seriously, I'm excited now. Places to improve on. I think Clark, it might be time to go. It might be. Hasn't performed well. Van Dyven should be on fraud watch too after a season like that. A 6.72 is absolutely embarrassing, but that potential is still there for him, so we'll give him probably another season or 2, let's be real. I think perhaps the CDM could be good. I don't think Sardella's done well. Yeah, he's been quite horrible at centre back, I'll be honest. There are a couple places we could improve on, and with finances of 65 million, that kind of allows us to do it. So I'm excited to see what we can manage to bring in this following transfer window. I'll simulate to the end of it. Hopefully we can bring in some big signings to help us get our team ready for Europa League football, because this is a completely different level now. Conference League is down here, Europa League is up here. So we got to start working on getting the team better all round as a whole, rather than individual great players. We need to have a whole team of great players. So we've started off with a sale, and we've sold our player of the season last season to Al Fire. Sami Somodic has left. He's gone for 20 million. I think that's a great price to get for him. He's a good player, but never one that's going to take us to the next level. So we've started off by buying a brand new goalkeeper in Lucas Canizares, former Real Madrid goalkeeper for their youth team. He went off to play for Ferenc in Portugal. We brought him in for £10 million just because I think he's got a lot of potential to be a big goalkeeper. I think we're going to put a lot of trust into him this season. It's going to be a lot, but I hope we can manage to make it happen and make him the proper #1 of Ipswich Town. Next signing, we've gone for Serginho Dest. Now, I was thinking we needed someone with pedigree in European competitions, and he was available for quite a good price. Signed him for £17.5 million. That is a pretty decent price for someone who's so versatile, can play on both fullbacks, both wingbacks, and even a little bit higher if you do need him to. Of course, he's got experience with clubs like AC Milan, Barcelona, Ajax, PSV, and that now Ipswich Town. So definitely someone who could be decent. So far, he started quite horribly, I will be honest, but he did pretty well last season in the Eredivisie, so I'm hoping it could just be, the difficulty of settling into a new league that can be changed very shortly. We've also gone and brought in, this is a big one, so hold on for a second, let me announce this one. Alex Scott from Bournemouth. That's right, we brought him in. Bournemouth had a very up and down couple seasons, gone down to Championship, gone back up, and now they are in the Championship once again. So they had him available for the cheap, and we thought no better option than to go out and have him as our replacement for Somodic. Honestly, he's going to be a brilliant starter, and I hope he can contribute to the team big time. And another signing, the final signing, but this one I am even more excited about. Matteo Guendouzi was available on a free transfer. Lazio never renewed him, so we swooped in like eagles. We saw our opportunity and we ran. We took him out of their hands as soon as we possibly could, and it's for good reason. He is amazing. He's got experience in the league. He's done very well in his couple seasons at Lazio. I think that this was a no-brainer. I had to go through and get him, and we did exactly that. So I'm so excited to have him in. And now for the first season in this rebuild, we've changed the tactic. We've gone for a 4-3-3, one ball in a midfielder, one box-to-box, one advanced playmaker. So if I do sort by the best 11, it kind of feels something like this. With Alex Scott as the advanced playmaker, Guendouzi as the box-to-box. I think that is probably the best team that we can put out right now. Serginho Dest will take some time to settle into the team because Clark is just performing better now, and that's unfortunate to say because Clark is not someone that I like. I think he's quite bad, so we're gonna have to give it some time. Sardella as well, he will need some time to settle into English football, so he probably won't be a starter this season as much. All round though, we're looking very strong, and it's proven that in the league. That's probably one of the main phrases that I say on this channel. We've proven that in the league so far. 4 games in, 3 wins and a draw. That draw was at home to Arsenal, and it was a 4-4 draw, meaning that we've gone undefeated so far in our first 4 games. I think that's a brilliant start and something to build off of for sure for the rest of this season, and something that, you know, it provides hope to the boys. The boys are ready to go out and do well. I think we're going to finish in the top 7 this season. And I'm hoping that we are. I'm really hoping that we are, because it would just be scenes. Top 7 would be so great. Of course, hopefully we can do okay in the Europa League. Just no losses at home and I'll be happy. But I'll be staying to the end of the season to show you how we managed to do, how our signings have done, and approaching the next season, who we're going to go for, what competitions we've won, all of that. So I'll catch you there. Alright, we are here, end of the 4th season, the penultimate season, and player stats are looking more spread out compared to previous seasons. We're actually seeing all different names for the first time, I believe, this entire save. So Jason Van Dyven as our top goal scorer with 26 big goals. I rate that from him big time. 26 goals is quite decent. All round though, he doesn't contribute enough to the team, I don't think, because that 6.88 has to be improved somewhere, and it's not getting done. It's really not it's not been improving. Alex Scott has our highest average rating. That was kind of expected to me. I was ready for him to become #1 at the club. That is why we did splash out the big 38 million, which I believe might be a record transfer for Ipswich. Most assists for the first time. We're actually seeing Leif Davis on the board. Sorry. That is, you know, he's not been the best this save, so I really was hoping for more from him. However, you know, it's not too bad of a season. He's been quite average throughout the entire save, so I really do think, you know, he's still a great left back. I think there's still work to be done there, though. That could be a position we work on to change. But competitions are the main thing. I'm excited to check how we managed to do. Oh my days, we're 2 times European champions. This time the Europa League has come back to Ipswich. 7th place as well with Champions League football next season. Tell me that isn't crazy. Hey. Back-to-back European wins. That is brilliant. Let's take a look at the Europa League. Only 1 loss, and it wasn't at home. The record is still intact. Yes, the record is intact. We haven't lost in Europe at Portman Road yet. That is very, very brilliant. I'm so happy with that. Wow, what a season that was. Even better than the last one, probably. Well, yeah, for sure, actually. So I don't know what to say. Van Dyven as 3rd on the goal scoring list, goal scoring charts as well. That's brilliant. 7th place, so either way we would have ended on European football, but Champions League is there, and that is the main thing. Champions League next season, sorry, is going to be a very important thing for the final season of the rebuild. Places to improve on. I'll take a look at our best 11. Honestly, perhaps a centre back, perhaps a full back. There are some places that could be improved on to make the team perfectly ready for Champions League next season. But I really hope we can make that happen. I really hope we can make it happen, because I want to see us put up a decent fight in the Champions League. I don't want us to be one of these teams that get turned around and, you know, slapped on the way out of the door. I don't want to be. I want us to fight hard and hopefully win a couple games. So I'll be simming to the end of the next transfer window to see where we can improve on, Hopefully we can manage to bring in some big signings to get us Champions League ready. And after his best season for us, Leif Davis has now left us to join Al Ittihad. They've signed him for £30 million, so they've gone big on him. I don't think I was going to reject that any day of the week. He's been quite average for us, and in a Champions League season, we needed someone above that level. We also sold Christopher Ayer, not because of his performances, but because of the money. I'll be honest, £55 million was never going to be rejected. That's way too much to even think about rejecting in the first place. For a 30-year-old centre-back, I'm taking that every single day of the year. This final sale does hurt me though, because Jason Van Dijven has now gone off to Bayern Munich for £60 million, and he's doing quite well there already. Average rating is higher than it's ever been for our club, so he's proven already that we shouldn't have done it. I'm so sorry. Jason, I'm sorry. You wanted to leave us though. Okay, so now is the start of some of the big signings. Honestly, we've made so many that it's going to be difficult to commentate over all of these. But our first one, Ayhed Munoz from Real Sociedad. He performed so well in the first division of Spain last season. So we brought him in £15 million. The fee is nothing at all. I think he can be that, hopefully, proper left back in the team. So far hasn't been though. Next, we've also gone for Ilyas Akamak, someone who's, I think I will say, is a failed wonder kid, I'll be honest, from his time at Barcelona, but he all round has done very well for Villarreal. He's been in the B team most time, and he's gotten a 7.45 from the B team, but every time he's played 11 times for his first team last season and gotten a 7.15. Every time he came on, he performed, so I thought, okay, let's put some trust into him. £15 million, the fee is nothing at all. Now we're going on to some of the bigger ones. Jared Branthwaite has joined us for £30 million. That value was so much lower than I've ever seen it for this player. We went out and bought him instantly, cause I know he has that potential in him to be world class. We came out, we spent 30 million on him, easy money, and I think in a couple seasons, if we would have carried it on, could be big profit. He's strong on both feet. I am very happy with that signing. Next, we've signed Evan Nilsson as our replacement. Now this one might sound risky. It sounds risky, but I know how good he can be. This one, oh, I don't know if it's gonna work or not. So far he's been performing very well, I'll give him that, but I know how inconsistent he can be sometimes, and he has been in this save already. 6.75 for Bournemouth when they got relegated, but that is a relegation side team. I want to put him into a top team and hope that he does well. Okay, so now next, this one is quite a mad signing, to be honest. Oscar Pereira, someone who I've never heard of in the game. £41 million though, because I saw these attributes, I saw some of the teams that were interested, and I thought, no, I need to get my name into there. And he actually ended up choosing to come to us over teams like, you know, the Nottingham Forest of the league. I think that has potential to be a big signing, and so far he's proven me so right. 7.73 average rating is amazing. Okay, now this one, I promise you, it may look so sketchy. I've got images on my phone of all of the offers. If anyone needs to see that, DM me on Discord. But we signed Jeremy Frimpong for £21 million. As you can see, Arsenal did sign him for just under 35 a couple seasons back, and last season he only played 3 games. 3 matches for Jeremy Frimpong. So we thought, okay, you want to disrespect him? Come on, 21 million is pennies. Pennies for a player of his level. I know he can be brilliant, and I'm excited to see how he does in the Champions League for us. Sorry, and one final transfer, Josip Shatalo, someone who I've gotten a couple times on my rebuild history, available on a free in the 27-28 season from Ajax. That I really do like him in this game. I think he's got so much talent, and I'm happy to have him in. Okay, so the tactic for this oncoming season is going to be the same as last season, but it's going to be laid out differently just based on the players that we have in the starting lineup. Akamak, Pereira and Evan Nilsson is a completely brand new front 3. Midfield stays the same, and a completely new back line. So honestly, this is a very big risk, but we needed our team to be properly ready for Champions League, and I think this is better than what it was before. Premier League though, so far we started off poorly. I'll be honest, I'll say I'll say it with chest, we've started poorly, but this will change over the season for sure. It will change and we will develop into a better team over the season. That will just come with familiarity and chemistry. But seeing us in the Champions League is a big thing. We've also, little spoiler, won the Super Cup. So that is an amazing start already. We beat Arsenal 3-0, but I'll go over that properly at the end of the season. I think this is going to be a big season for us, and I hope to make it into the knockout rounds of the Champions League and a top 4 finish. It's big asks, but we are a big team and I know we can do this. So I'll catch you at the end of the final season. I'll catch you at the end of it, and I'm expecting big things from our Tractor boys. I'll catch you there. So here we are, end of our final season, and I'll be honest, I am so messed up with this because I have no idea what's happening. Ilyas Akamak on 28 assists and 15 goals sends me so many mixed emotions that I don't understand, because that 7.11 average rating is our highest, which isn't very high, and 28 goals from Evan Nilsson is not great either, I'll be honest. I don't know what to think. I don't know how we did. I think better in the league for sure, because like even Evan Nilsson is on a higher average rating. That means he contributed more than Van Dijven was. Maybe it's possible we got that top 4. I doubt it. Top 6 maybe, and no chance we did anything in the Champions League, I'll be honest. But let's compliment Akamak on his performances. 43 goal contributions and 54 starts. Round of applause, because he has barely played first team football in his career. I mean, a couple appearances here and there. A couple appearances here and there. I think that's a brilliant season for him. His first time fully trusted in, and he performed well. So big round of applause to him. I think our scouting has been amazing this save. So I'm proud of myself for making that transfer. But let's take a look at competitions. Okay, 4th place. I'll take it. We've solidified ourselves in the league, and that is the main goal of this save. 2 trophies won. European / South American Club Challenge. I believe that's the winner of the Libertadores trophy and also the Europa League, because I can tell all of these clubs behind me here on the list have won the not Champions League, the Europa League, sorry. Super Cup, I already went through that with you, but I will go through one more time. A 3-0 win against Arsenal. Goals from Pereira, Evan Nilsson and Clark mean that we managed to destroy them. Final venue, St. Mary's Stadium. Come on. FA Cup quarterfinals against Man City, we did lose, and Champions League round of 16s we managed to lose. Honestly, I don't want to look because I'm pretty sure we have. Have we lost at home in the Champions League? No! For the first time, we've lost at home. No, they've broken the record. And to Galatasaray, it's unfortunate, but oh well, man. I wanted to keep that one record the same way that it was, but we couldn't make it happen. That's unfortunate. We have to move on though. All round, I think this has been a successful rebuild. I will give it to myself. We've had some great transfers, some great scouting for sure, some great performances. I think all round I'm happy with that. I mean, simple transfers managed to make a very big difference. So I'm very happy with that season and the entire rebuild as a whole, and I hope you guys are too. So that was an amazing rebuild in my eyes. I think we made some big signings, big scouting all round, big trophies won, and some big tactics as well. The 4 big ones. I think that was an amazing rebuild. I hope you guys thought the same, and if you did enjoy it, please leave a massive like. It goes so far on the video. Also do subscribe and turn the notification bell on to know every time I post. And also I like to ask you, I do this every time, I like to ask you to rate my rebuilds from a 1 to 10. 1 if you think it wasn't too great of a rebuild, 10 if you think it was a brilliant rebuild, and anything in between if you think there could be a slight bit of work done, could be more work done, could be a lot of more work done. Also, reasoning with that does help out a lot. All feedback is well enjoyed and encouraged, because I'm learning as much as possible while I'm going on. I'm still relatively new to this, so I am enjoying the learning part of it. I hope you guys have a great day after watching this, and I'll catch you in my next one.